Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Barry Berman, Shannon Berman Pascal, Q-Master Billiards, and our signature sponsors, Diamond, Simonis, and Aramuth, we'd like to welcome you to the final day of the 38th U.S. Open 9-Ball Championships. We're at the Chesapeake Marriott Hotel here in Chesapeake, Virginia, and this is live from the ACCUSTATS Arena. We're down to our last 3 players. If you were with us just briefly, you saw Shane Van Boening advance to the finals tonight at 7 p.m., and we're about to determine his opponent. Unfortunately, we'll have to say goodbye to one of these gentlemen at the end of this match, and that person will finish in 3rd place. The opponent will go back at 7 for the right to play Shane for the championship. I'd like to remind you all once again, too, that this is now a win-by-2 format. It is a race to 11, but they must win by 2 clear racks. It's capped at 13 games. If it does get to 12-12, we'll have 1 final rack to decide the winner. Okay, let's go ahead and introduce our 2 competitors. Our first player is from Davao City in the Republic of the Philippines. This gentleman is a 2010 U.S. Open 10-ball champion. This year already, he has won the China Open, the Southern Classic 9-ball championship, and he won the World Cup of Pool with his partner Dennis Orcullo representing the Philippines. He's sponsored by Vann Corteza and Jack Justice Cases. We call him the Slayer. It's Vann Corteza. Thank you very much. And his opponent from Glasgow, Scotland. This gentleman has risen rapidly to the top of the pool world in the short time he's been here in the USA, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with for many, many years. An absolute fearless competitor. He's already this year had a runner-up finish at both the Jay Swanson and Chet Ito Memorial Tournaments. He's sponsored by Steinway Billiards, Lacassi Hybrid Cues, and Kamui. It's Eagle Eye Jayson Shaw. Okay, 40-second shot clock is in effect. Rack your own format. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to our world-class commentating team, Hall of Famer Danny Diliberto and Mr. Jim Weish.
Well, as always, Ken, thank you very much. Great to be with you and great to have you with us. Jayson Shaw, Vann Corteza, different paths through to this loser's bracket final. Vann, a massive win over Niels Fyen just minutes ago. He was down 10-9.
Well, what happened is Niels had 10. You know, you got to win by 2. And Niels broke the balls, made the 9 in one of the far pockets to win the match, and then scratched. And then he lost from there.
Yeah, Vann Corteza came back and won the next 3 to beat Niels 12-10, winning by 2 racks. And Jayson obviously knocked to the left-hand side of the bracket.
Corteza shot 843, and his opponent shot 859. Well, here we are, the final 2 matches. Pretty good crowds, knowledgeable crowds. They know when to applaud, and they know when to boo, but they never boo. They just know when to do it.
They know when to cheer.
Well, can he make this 2?
Well, it looks like he's trying to flick it off that top cushion as we look, but making it, I don't know. I think he's just trying to flick the top of it and try and duck in behind one of the colors. Well, he won't be happy with that. And
worse, he opened up the 3.
Exactly, Danny. Doubly bad for him.
I should have gave you a chance to say that.
Yeah, it's all right. 2 minds thinking like one. Nothing the matter with that.
If their tongues don't intertwine.
Well, he had to be sure to clear the 9, and he's done that. And 4 at the opposite end of the table. There's one thing with Jayson, though. He wastes little time at the table. Vann Corteza, well, different story. He's a little more measured or deliberate, shall we say.
He's got to go between the 6 and 9. He did that. Yeah. Well, it's not going to take him long to get through this rack.
No, and he's been practicing on this table.
For 17 hours.
Yeah, at least since his match with Shane finished. But again, practicing the same way he was practicing before the Van Boening match. Just kind of bashing balls around. Not really practicing with any purpose. Well, we'll see if Jayson Shaw has saved the best for when it's needed most. 1-0. He takes the first rack.
Yeah, he'd love to win this match and get revenge on Van Boening.
Rack number 2, and he has been practicing the break as well.
Well, he's got a shot. Can he hold it for the 2? I think he's going to lose the cue ball a little bit here. And he did. And I don't think he's going to like it very much.
Two contrasting styles, to be sure. Jayson just fires. Doesn't really play the percentages. Well, certainly all the time. He just very instinctive. He just gets up and he likes to play.
Well, basically, he's a young man. You know, he's 25, and I'm sure he'll get a little more cautious. He looks wild right now. I don't know. Was that a good hit? Close.
Yeah, and I think it was. I think it was because the 3 would have gone backwards. So he definitely hit the 2 first, Danny. But he's given Vann a chance of that. There's no doubt.
Ooh, he brushed the point. It went in anyway.
Good shot, though. You know, coming
Oh,
off that long match with Niels. Vann played a match already on the main table here. 11-1. He beat the young guy from Japan. Very good player from Japan. Another one that you want to keep an eye open for. Ujikata. As a matter of fact, that was probably one of the funniest lines we heard from the fans in attendance. Denny, he did nothing wrong. He shut him out for about 7 racks, and then something went awry, and somebody in the crowd said, "You stink." And that brought a lot of laughter from everybody, including us. It was great timing.
It was funny. And of course, the fan didn't mean he stunk. He was being a little bit facetious. But anyway, while he's racking, I like to make mention that one of the female pool players, Janet Atwell, has cancer. And there's a GoPlayPool.com fund for her. So I give her my best wishes.
So important, the rack in 9-ball. And I mean, I've gone on record and stated that I think they should have a referee out there racking the balls for them. You know, it's a semifinal of the U.S. Open. You know, at least the players can be in their chair and have the balls racked for them.
Oh, he was. I thought he had him racked, but he went back to it.
And I mean, this is taxing on your lower back as well.
It's
Even Jayson.
taxing.
Well, Jayson doesn't like it either. We don't.
No.
We know you at home don't. I guarantee you, Vann Corteza doesn't.
And the fans don't like it. It's no fun watching a guy keep racking the balls. They might not even know what's happening. I know Dale and Mary know everything. I'm talking about a beautiful couple, go to all the tournaments. Come on, rack the balls and break them. Nope. Well, he's got to come up a little more careful.
You know, playing in the Philippines, obviously growing up in the Philippines, it's so damp there. The balls probably just, they rack so easily. You know, you get on the conditions here with this terrific Simonis cloth. But see, even now Ken Schumann is coming over to just to try and help, you know, rough up the cloth a little bit. Hopefully the balls will sit in, and otherwise you might be here for about 5 minutes.
I don't think roughing the cloth up helps. I think you'd be better off with an iron and iron the cloth and flatten it. Might have a better chance to rack them.
A few years back, I remember some of the racking tools, the Sardo rack. Remember that one, Danny?
I do.
And they,
Good friends of mine.
yeah, Lou and Carmine, terrific guys. I miss them actually on the tour. They really were nice guys.
They're probably still nice guys.
Well, they're still very nice guys, just not on the tour anymore. Everybody applauds because the rack finally comes together. Number 3, 1-1. And Vann Corteza with the handles.
Cue ball. That's a no-no. You don't want to make the cue ball on the break. Playing players like this, you could almost say goodbye to this rack.
It was nice to get a roll.
Yeah, I don't think this will take too long.
It won't. Everything is open.
Jayson and Vann do have a little bit of a history. They've played 4 times. And it's sitting at 2-2. So this is the rubber match. Jayson won the last one. They played in Vegas. And I asked him how he would do, or how he had ever done against Niels Feijen, because when I spoke to Jayson, the match between Corteza and Feijen was still underway, and he said he's never beaten Feijen. So I've got a feeling that if he could have picked his poison, this might have been it.
Yeah, probably. Although Corteza's been playing great. I was going to say that the 5 to the 6 might be the only thing stopping this guy. You want to get kind of straight in on the 6. He's going to try to draw the ball between the 7 and 9. Not hitting any rails. He's drawing the ball. Well, I was right about the possibility of going astray 5 to 6, and that's just what happened. But I think he should have looked at the 4 a little better, because after he shot the 4, then he started figuring out the angle. You got to do it ahead of time. You agree, Jimmy?
I do. And again, here he's got a very tricky kick, and this is an advantage, a decided advantage for me to Vann Corteza, because he never kicks without purpose. And right now, Jayson, he's trying to just get to this bottom cushion. He'd like to flick half of that 6 and take the cue ball up table. But can he spin the cue ball enough? He can.
Well, better slow down. He's going right in the pocket. Oh, the people loved it. It is like 9 feet away, so it's going to be a little tough to just shoot the 6 straight on and stop the cue ball. If he were closer, that's what he would try to do. Now he's going to snip it at the 7, I believe. Good shot.
What a touch.
Shot. I like cutting it at the 7 and leaving distance.
You play a shot like that, Danny, you've got to have a lot of faith in the table running true because you're slow rolling it over distance.
Well, he's jumping the ball. Might make the ball, but position's going to be tough. See where the cue ball went? He actually shot that for nothing, but he had to hit it. Anything is better than ball in hand.
He's disgusted. He just tosses the jump cue to the floor. Too early to start hanging your head, Jayson.
Man, that's a great hit. It's exactly the path he wanted. That's good control.
Parks the 9, 2-1 his lead. And we'll see if he can come with a better break than the last one.
Hey, everybody, the finals are now set for 7:30, not 7 p.m. due to the delay, so 7:30 finals. A.M.
Well, Kenny is working hard all week long, but it didn't affect his temperament because he's running around smiling.
I don't think Ken's going to wait too long for Lee Vann here either. If he can't get the rack going, he might take over.
I think he should have been instructed to take over from the get-go, and you agree with that for sure. That should be good enough. Why does it take a minute sometimes and 5 minutes others? Well, the wing ball went in, but it kissed a few balls. The 8 went in the side, and all he's got on the 1 is a bank and no position on the 2.
And using that cut break, that was a break that Shane Van Boening enjoyed a lot of success with from that side of the table as well.
Well, we'll see that again at 7. He kind of double kissed that. Left distance. Main thing on that shot, distance. If you snooker the guy, it's a bonus, but leave distance.
That's the second time that Ken Schumann has had to remind Lee Vann Corteza to mark his game up. And I can tell you that there was a match there. Jerry Forsyth was telling me last night when he was playing, I think it might have been against Jeremy Sosi, that Corteza forgot to mark his game. He ended up winning the match. Obviously, he's here. But it could have cost him.
You mean he never got it up there?
He never got it up.
Wow, in this room here with all the witnesses, someone would have reminded him.
Well, you've already alluded to the fact, Danny, that they're a very knowledgeable crowd that come to the U.S. Open, and most of them here understand, you know, when matches are going on, you just don't interrupt.
Look at that, he hit the back of the pocket. That ball hit the back of the pocket. I think he might have to sweat the 9 ball now. I think Jayson has a shot to draw the ball and go right at the 9. That ball hit the back of the pocket and came back out. He did it, but he didn't make it.
He made the 9.
Yeah, everybody thought he was playing the 9, but he really was playing the 1.
I tried it in here.
Of course, I'm kidding.
And Jason's having a bit of fun with it, too. But he's got no shot on the 2. At least nothing that jumps out at us, so...
Is he going to shoot the 7? I think he's going to. He's got a little help with the 9. He's eyeing it up. I think if he makes the 7 and draws the ball, he'll have the 2 in the other corner pocket to his left. Part 1 is make the 7. Which he didn't, and he didn't use the 9 at all. So he's going to have to sit and watch Corteza run out again. I don't think it passes the 6, but the combination's pretty easy, and I don't think the 2 is going anywhere. Yeah, we're going to show the shot he missed. It hit. Oh, it didn't hit the back. It hit the points. Nevertheless, it's a miss, but
This won't take long anyway, Danny.
no, this game is over.
And this is our punishable here. And right away, he slides that bead over. Waste no time that time, and the crowd get a kick out of it. Well, this will be his 3rd break in a row, and it's a 3-1 advantage to Vann Corteza. I'd like to know what the percentages are of players losing in the hot seat match, coming back and winning a match to get that rematch with the guy that beat him in that hot seat match. I'd be curious to know, because one player's coming into that semifinal on a losing note, the other on a winning note. That'd be an interesting statistic.
Well, in one of the senior tours, I had Paul Thornley 10-6 in that part of the match, and he beat me 5 in a row, and I went on the loser side. And you got to feel like something's against you, but I still won. I wouldn't have told the story if I wasn't the hero.
Rack number 5, wing ball
8 ball, no.
flying in, and he's got the 1 right there.
Well, he's got obstructions. He has a path, but the path is covered with colors, as you say.
And the 2 at the bottom end of the table, opposite where the
Position
1
is
is.
tough here. Well, he drew the ball and didn't fool around with hitting the rail and with that diagonal angle.
Yeah, and getting a nice angle on the 2. He's going to be able to take that cue ball up for the 3. The 3 doesn't go by the 7 into this corner, so just float it in and play the 3 top corner.
Very good shot, because he hit it on the full side, so the cue ball didn't get lost. This guy's a very, very good player. And I think the rest of the world will start finding that out. He's ranked number 3 in the world, right?
And Jayson knows. He knows what he's up against. Mind you, in this game, at this level, you don't really worry about who you're playing. You just play the balls. Sometimes easier said than done, eh, Danny?
Yep. But that's all you could do. You get an inning, play the balls.
Yeah, he went at the 9 there, too, because he knew he was still going to have shape at the 7.
Good idea. He had a free shot at it while he made the 6. He got straight in here. You're going to see a draw stroke here. People love the draw stroke.
4 in a row. Lost the first game, and since then, he's been in total control. 4-1 and counting. And Jayson Shaw, no stranger to having someone park him in his chair.
Yeah, but that's not something you get accustomed to.
Well, you never like it, but
Yeah.
Shane Van Boening in the match just prior to this one, 8 in a row. By the time Jayson got out of his chair, he had to get his pants pressed.
He's right now sitting there saying, not again. Aha, he didn't have to get reminded that time. He put his bead up. Oh, he missed the one in the side. He made a ball. I think he's got a shot, too.
Yeah, 4 of his 5 breaks have been pretty good. He had the one scratch.
Well, tell me this, Jimmy. Do you gamble on getting closer to the 2, or do you just cinch the 1 and take the shot on the 2? Because if you gamble trying to get close, you could snooker yourself.
No, for sure, you leave yourself distance, but that's if you can see the 1. He might have to spin the cue ball. As I think you're alluding to, Danny, he's not going to be able to get close. So just if you've got to spin it a bit, just try and get the 1 and leave yourself long, but leave yourself a chance.
Well, the good part about it is he'll have an angle on the 2. He spun it in, and he's got the angle on the 2 to make, go right to the 3. Pretty good shot, and he was careful to leave an angle on the 3. Now you can go anywhere for the 4. It goes in every pocket.
I had mentioned that Niels Fyan had just lost to Lee Vann prior to this match. I'll tell you what, Vann Corteza won't be getting any Christmas cards from Niels Fyan. I mean, he saw enough of them in London at the World Cup of Pool. Lee Vann and his partner Dennis beat Niels and his partner Nick Vandenberg in the final there, and he's knocked him out in the semis over here too. So he doesn't want to see Lee Vann Corteza anymore anytime soon.
Well, he'll get even. He won't send him a Christmas card. A Christmas card. Wow.
And he's playing at a good speed too.
Yeah, very, very good.
Sign that he's confident and he's feeling it out there. 5-1.
And there's Kenny working away. Cleaning the cue ball.
And there's our ACCUSTATS, 818 for Jayson Shaw, 917 for Lee Vann Corteza. Our TPAs, total performance averages. Big disparity on all counts. Well, not so much in the error department, and if for no other reason, same philosophy as with Shane Van Boening and Jayson Shaw. He shot more balls. But it's a very useful lead, and Jayson Shaw knows he doesn't want to dig himself too big a hole. Tough to stay in the moment, isn't it, Danny? Another one of those things, we can watch and all those cliches. But he's got to stay positive, wait for the opportunity. Rack number 7.
He made the cut break. The 1 went in the side. 8's going to hang. He's got a cut on the 2. Can he hit it soft enough to hold it for the 3? He could even draw the ball, it looks like. He won't have to hit it soft if he draws it to that side rail.
The loser here will be guaranteed 3rd place, and a payday of $10,000. The winner, $15,000. So effectively, they're playing for $5,000. And then to go on against Shane Van Boening to try and grab that $30,000 winner's paycheck.
Well, he drew the ball to the rail. That gave him better speed. He's a little reversed, drew the ball.
It was a nice little shot, just avoiding
Very
contact
good.
with the 9, too.
Yeah.
Nice control. He's got a short little action. Honed playing many money matches back in the Philippines. Big money matches.
Well, it's kind of rare because most of the Filipinos have that long stroke.
It is for the Filipinos. You're exactly right, Danny. But this is one that holds up under the cash.
I like the short stroke. I always thought you had better control.
Less room for error.
Yep. Better control of the cue ball with the short stroke, but don't tell Efren Reyes that.
Or Bustamante.
Yeah.
How's that for control? And that's 3 in a row that Jayson Shaw has sat, watched, and helpless from the unfriendliest chair in the venue. 3 in a row break and runouts for Vann Corteza, and 6-1.
Shaw's looking up at the sky. Is he trying to talk to God? Look at him.
I told you there was a player that used to turn his chair around, Canadian, and you knew him, turned his chair around in matches and would look the other way, wouldn't even watch. There was also another player that used to wear headphones and just listen to music.
Yeah, well, we changed that rule. Jimmy Mattia used to do that, but we changed that. You can't wear headphones while you're playing. Most tournaments, I don't know what the rule is here, but I think here you can't. Kenny, go help him, Kenny.
He's got the rag. He's just going to give the table a wipe again, unless, is there a chance Vann Corteza? We're just kind of going through the crowd. You know all those people out there. There's your friends in the front row and
Yep.
some familiar faces and friends of the event and pool in general. There's Raj Hundal and Barry Berman's beautiful daughter Shannon in the front row. Raj sticks around. I'll tell you, he's Scott Frost, just to Raj's left. A lot of players stick around and watch the final stages of the U.S. Open. A 6-1 lead.
There it is again. The cut break. He made the 1 in the side.
And a shot at the 2.
Oh, yeah. And he's got an angle, I think, to go right up and play the 3 in the same pocket, and that's where he's aiming. It looks like a natural angle, doesn't it? And Shaw sees the match getting away from him. He's not real happy right now. Looks like he wants to cry.
But the one thing about Jayson is he can rattle off the racks so fast, he can get back into this. He just needs a chance.
Oh, that isn't going. A rare miss.
But
Rare
in
miss.
typical fashion in pool, when you've had it all your way, this is kind of how the pool gods frown on you. Well, actually, he could see it. I didn't think he could, Danny. So
That's
that
what
miss,
you were ready to say, but
you're exactly right. That miss now can be capitalized on, and he has to.
Doesn't take long. And they call him Eagle Eye.
Yeah, I'll have to ask him one day how he got that handle. But he is a straight shooter, no doubt about that.
And you know what the number one name is for sports names? Like the Tigers.
Eagles.
Eagles, number one. Well, you think I led you into that?
I may have fell off a banana truck.
They don't have bananas in Canada.
Fast. Jayson Shaw, 6'2", he still trails. Well, will the cut break work for him, and will he get a shot at the one? Yes, on both counts.
Yeah, and he doesn't have much to do. The two is right near the side. Just make the one, you'll have the two. You got to worry about getting on the four. Boy, he almost didn't make that. But almost doesn't count when it falls in. Like you always say, gravity got the ball. Straight shooter. Lee can't feel real comfortable about his lead.
One thing about it, though, when you do build up a lead like that, you can fade a surge. Even if you feel like your opponent's going to come at you,
Yeah.
you can fade it a little bit with that
This
big
is
lead.
tough. It's tougher now. Yeah, that was tough position. Especially if you shoot hard. Because the ball isn't going to draw. The rail's going to push it before the draw takes if you shoot that hard. He's going to bank it perpendicular. Try to get him with the 9. He did all right. I think we're going to see a jump cue. He's seen if he has an edge to hit. If he has an edge to hit, he won't jump, but I don't know if he has that.
I think, Danny, that Jayson might have played those balls a little quick and not looked at them, because he certainly had a different way to get from the 6 off the 5 than the way he played it.
Well, he plays quick. What's this? He shot at a ball that didn't go. I don't think he could have hit that well enough to make it. Well, you got to take advantage, Shaw. This guy doesn't make many bad shots. That was a bad idea.
You know what they call people from Glasgow?
Glasgonians.
Glaswegians.
Really? I like Glasgonians better. But it's not my
You know
choice.
what else? You know what else they call people from Glasgow? Scottish.
Oh, that would have been tough to guess.
6-3. Rack number 10.
Well,
One's going in the same area of the table. Wing ball, and this time Jayson, it looks like it's just blocked off, or will that one just pass? Mind you, the 2's by the 9, so there's no value.
I think the 1 goes past the 6, right in the pocket with the right speed. It's a case of will he have a shot on the 2. This ball goes, Jimmy. Now, does he have a shot on the 2? We need Kenny to watch this. Good shot. But anyway, Shaw has been watching Corteza, and he's not giving his hammer break anymore. He slowed the break down also.
Two cushions.
Uh-oh. This match is going to become close.
The tide has definitely turned.
Very good. Get straight in on this ball. Everything's going to get easy.
I think players like Jayson are very good for the game.
I like it. You're right. People don't want to see you looking at balls. You're knowledgeable. You don't have to look long.
6-4. And all those Vann Corteza fans out there just getting a little bit more restless now. And not much in it with our ACCUSTATS anymore. Still slightly favoring Jayson Shaw, even though he's 2 racks behind.
He softened it more than Corteza. Look at this. Position while you wait, this is called. Man, no problem here. This game's going to become a 1-game lead. Or
He'd like
I should say the match.
He'd like to see a carbon copy of that break a few more times, because that was perfect. Everything in the open, and he couldn't have hand placed the ball any better on the 1.
But I did say it 3 days ago that they should take something off the break. They're not having success.
Danny, you said it day 1 when we saw how the table was breaking. You mentioned it.
Boy, he makes it look easy. Fast as he's shooting.
Flowing. Jayson Shaw, 6-5 to Corteza.
What did he do? He lost 6 in a row, and now he's won 4 in a row? Look at the TPA here. He's ahead with that figure. 892.
Living in New York
909.
now and playing out of Steinway Billiards there.
Look at this. I mean, this is unbelievable breaking like this.
1 goes. 2 in the middle of the table.
Well, when you're playing a player and he's making balls on the break and running out, you get the feeling you're not ever getting there. I don't care if he needs 10 games.
And you know Jayson Shaw wants another crack at Shane. The road to Shane goes right through Vann Corteza.
And besides that, it means 5 more thousand automatically if he can win this match.
Yeah, there's a few ifs.
Yeah.
This will get it to 6-6. They're all there. But again, Corteza, having built up that lead, can weather this storm.
Well, it's going to be tie after this one, so I don't know if he's going to weather whatever happens after this.
Like Shane, though, a lot of firepower. And is capable of stringing racks together.
There's Kenny with his rag.
5 in a row now.
without making a ball. Corteza has not pocketed a ball besides losing all those games.
Mumblings going around the arena.
Again, wing ball. Where you going? Cue ball.
Get out of there. No.
Yeah. I think his streak is stopped right here. He doesn't have a shot. We're going to see a safety. He's not going to take long for the safety. Watch out, cue ball. Well, did he leave an edge on the 2?
But even that safety, I mean, he didn't come down to have a look.
He
just
doesn't
got
take
down
long.
and shot. And
Yeah,
I mean, there were a few different options there.
you're right. He almost scratched. I think he left the hit on the 2, though. Well, I guess not. He's kicking. Kicking very nicely, too. He better get the 4 to get him. We're going to see a jump. We're going to see a jump, and this guy jumps as good as anybody.
Well, we've got the exact same look at it that Jayson does. And you saw him shaking his head because that 2 just made it to the cushion enough where the 4 came into play.
Well, he's not going to jump. I guess he's going to cut the 2. Or masse the ball. Well, he over-massed it. He hit the rail in front of the 2.
I think Vann Corteza, knowing the way that Jayson Shaw plays, he's got to try and slow it down a little bit. He wants to dictate the pace of this match. It's a 40-second shot clock, so we can't slow it down too much.
But that's not going to go.
And I don't.
Jayson is begging for a shot. He waved his hand. Be happy he missed. Whenever a good player misses, be happy he missed no matter where it stopped. Don't waste energy on moaning.
But even Vann kind of smiling as he walks back because he sees Jayson shaking his head.
Yeah, I don't feel bad when a good player misses when it looks like a run out. You got to be happy even if the ball stops on the lights. Well, he shot that pretty quick.
Yeah, and he's shown a lot of emotion, you know, in situations that shouldn't really dictate any emotion. He's a little fortunate that he hasn't left it.
I like playing the 9 here. Bank the 2 to the end rail and go at the 9 softly. That's what I like. Let's see what he does. It's free, I believe. The 2 is going upstream there. Oh, he banked at it. Not only banked at it, he made it. You know, I always say it. He banked the ball and he's not from Kentucky. I'm starting to think that everybody's from Kentucky because no one misses a bank.
That was a good shot. Had to avoid that side pocket with the cue ball.
Well, he's got something to do here now. Do you go 2 rails to the 6 in the side? You know, center with a little left, and you hit past the 9 and go 2 rails to the 6?
Well, even 1. Just draw up the middle of the table and back
I
up
like
the center.
2. I like 2. Let's see what he likes. 1, 2. Aren't you going to say buckle your shoe?
Shoe.
Okay. He hit it pretty good. Now he's going to have to hit a rail upstream there. No problem, though, because once he hits that end rail, oh, he's cutting it in the corner. He don't want to hit any rail up there. Well, it didn't affect Corteza sitting there a while. Very good match. Very good.
I think a decided edge in temperament, though, to leave Vann Corteza. He just looks like he's a little bit with the experience and a little more able to sustain a measured approach to this match, which I think is important. That was a good win. 5 in a row had gone to Jayson Shaw.
Shaw still leading, balls pocketed.
Yeah, Jason's upset. You know, I'm looking at him and he's kind of motioning at me. It doesn't feel like he can get a roll. But you know something? You can't think that way. You really can't think that way.
You're blowing energy when you do that. Relax, and when you get a shot, get up and do your thing. You start moaning on the sideline, you're blowing energy, believe me. Soft break, one in the side.
And nothing but a jump shot on the 2 here. But I think he'll be getting the short cue because he's right-handed. He'll be able to reach this easy enough. And again, that might be assuming the 2 goes by the 8 into the corner.
I think it does. It's close, but I think it does.
Or would he push? The only options are the jump or the push, and that's what he's looking at, the jump now. Does he want to take this jump?
Well, he doesn't have a full pocket, but he has a pocket.
Well, he's looking at pushing up to the far end of the table as well.
Well, when you push, you better have a plan, because your opponent can give it back. So wherever you push, you got to say, well, if he gives it back, what do I do? Yeah, he's going to push all right.
I think Jason's happy that he pushed.
Well, what do you do now? I think you got to give this back, don't you? He doesn't want to give it back.
Well, unless he can get the cue ball behind the 8.
Oh, that's too thin a hit to do that. Yeah, I don't like what he was thinking there. He left the combination 2-7. Yeah, that was not very well thought of. Oh, he's got the 7. It's a case of where does the 2 go? Why did he point to the side pocket? Does the 9 pass?
Yeah, I don't think so, Danny.
No, it doesn't. And he's got the right angle. I think he can shoot the 2 to the rail and go forward and freeze him on the 9. But he doesn't want to do that. He's looking at something else. But I think you freeze him on the 9 here. Right? What do you think?
I think that's exactly what he's going to do. He's just taking a little time before he... Well, no, he's not. Does the 2 go on the side?
It looks like it does. Except the cue ball beat the 2 to the side, which could happen. You got to look at that possibility there.
Not very often Vann Corteza makes an error in judgment.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That could be fatal. Don't let this guy come to the table with an easy layout. Of course, the 5 has to be worked too. Well, if he can get the right angle, I don't think you want to mess with the combination. If he can get the right angle on the 4, he could shoot the 5 either in the side or that other corner, depending on the angle he gets here. Well, he's got a good angle. I think here I would draw 2 rails. I think he has that kind of angle. He can get to the 5 either in the corner or the side. Yeah, he's going to fire this like I said. It's going to slow down too much. He was not playing for the combination. He was playing for the side or the corner. But now he's got no choice. Well, he does have a choice, but I think he's going to shoot. He got pretty close to the balls. Yeah, forget about that. Get straight in on the 6 in the corner. Position is automatic. No, he's playing for the side. Pretty extreme angle here. Can't do a real lot with the cue ball. He wants to bounce a little.
Taking lots of time, even on that 9. 8-6.
Of course, you got to win by 2 now. There will be no hill unless you go to 12. Then you could win 13-12. That's as far as they're going to go.
Happy with the rack, and that was quick. And we've only had 1 scratch from either player in the break. Every other one has been successful. Well, you wouldn't expect that to change.
There it is again. This time it didn't go in the side, and he didn't make a ball.
Except when I mention it.
You got him, Jim.
Commentator's curse.
Is he going to bank at this? Because it does have a little angle where he could float for the 2. Yeah, he's banking at it. But he drew the ball back. I would have hit center ball and gone closer to the 2. I mean, even though the 2 is sitting pretty good, you want to get closer to it because you control it better to the next ball. He don't want to hit this 9, and he might. He didn't. He's going to be froze on the 3. Jayson threw his hands up. Look at this. He's got to play it safe. But he didn't look at it and moan for too long. He is a faster moaner than everyone else.
Well, it's that youthful anxiety, too. I think once he starts to lasso that, he's got bundles of talent. But players see that in another player, and you can kind of milk that, can't you, Danny?
Oh, look at this. He didn't hit it.
That's
yeah,
a
you're
big
right.
mistake.
Yeah, you see it and use it. Oh, big mistake is right. Corteza was starting to go away.
Yeah, he saw his opponent struggle, and the last thing he wanted to do was give him anything to come to the table with.
Especially like this.
Yeah, where he can build some momentum again.
That's a good shot because shooting it in the corner, the 6 would have stopped him from getting the right angle. Now he can draw it 1 rail. Six in the corner, no problem after that.
Nice angle.
stop there and play the 8-9 in the same pocket. Well, he doesn't want to do that. I liked it that way, but he's okay, of course.
Eight, 7.
Timeout.
Yeah, a timeout.
Timeout is called.
Well, Jason's back at the table, racking the balls. 8-7 he trails. And remember, you have to win by 2 clear racks, and it's capped at 13. So at 12-12, it would be 1 rack to decide who would play Shane Van Boening. But Ken Schuman's going to have to kind of get the crowd in order again, and that's exactly what he just did. Let everybody know that play is back in.
8-7.
On rack number 16.
The cut break, the one went in the side, something else
2
went.
over the corner, 3 over the side.
Well, he could have got a little better angle here because now he has work to do to get to the 5. And he does have obstructions. And he does have pockets to fall in. Oh, he didn't hit that hard enough.
He wants it
Or
to
he
stop.
hit it too hard.
Stop, so at least he's got a shot at the 5, and he does, but I'm not sure which way he was playing that.
I'm not either. But he does have a shot.
He breaks with the cue that he plays with, and I was looking at the ferrule, and it almost looks like the ferrule is starting to show the wear and tear because
Yeah,
he
it will crack.
Well, and he breaks very hard. But he just said he's got more control with his playing cue, breaking with his playing cue, more control.
Well, the Pharaohs not in danger tonight because they're breaking soft.
$16 racks in the books in the 38th U.S. Open 9-ball championship. And nothing between Jayson Shaw and Vann Corteza. And the best we've seen here was Vann Corteza. That 972 was that match against Hijikata from Japan. 11-1. He took him out, and that's the best we've seen on this table.
Tough to beat 972. He's hanging around 908, 859 for Corteza, and it's a tie ball game. 2 balls went. One was the wing ball. Well, what do you do here? You shoot it in the side and go 2 rails to the 3?
Whatever he decides, I know he's shooting. He's firing at this. The 2's in the open, 3 in the open.
Well, that's what he did. Well, if anything's going to stop him, it'll be the 4 to the 5.
Now, 25 years of age, Danny. You know, and I don't know what his background is as far as leading up to this, whether he played English 8-ball, whether he tried his hand at snooker. I know he knows a few of the snooker players. John Higgins is a good buddy of his. And Kenny Schumann's just letting me know through our commentary plexiglass here that he did play English 8-ball. Well, he didn't play it when I was over there broadcasting it. But he's 9-8 in front now.
Well, when were you over there broadcasting it?
Well, up until about 4 years ago. Sky Sports, who I do a lot of work for, covered the English 8-ball, the World English 8-ball Championships for years, and that was my longest running event. I was doing that, well, since the early 90s.
And that is, he was pretty young 4 years ago.
Look at that, break performance, he's perfect. And 9-8 in front.
The wing ball went. He's got a shot at the one rail position to the 3. Or is that the 2 still down there?
Yeah, that's the 2.
Yeah.
But
He can get there. He's going to have to jack up a little bit and draw the ball, but he can get there.
he hasn't been in front in this match since the very first rack.
Good shot.
Well, he's in control of it now.
Well, look where you got. You go all the way to the side now or the combination? Side. You got pretty good on it. Might have to play the 5 in the same side.
On the hill, 10-8.
Corteza was leading 8-6 when he kicked at that 3 and didn't hit it, and he hasn't been back to the table.
Yeah, he tried to feather it. It was over the left-hand side pocket. Tried to feather it, missed it, and he hasn't got out of his chair since.
He might be packing his bag shortly.
Well, remember, you have to win by 2 clear. So Lee Vann now has to get back to 10. He's got to win the next 2 racks.
Now Shaw can win by winning any one of the next 2 games. Oh, look at this. How sweet is this? He can play the 1 and the 2 in the same pocket. Yeah, that's what he'll do. Well, he didn't. He could have took a little more time and get the right angle on the 2 to get to the 3. He'll go forward, miss the 7. He brushed the 7. That didn't hurt him any. But getting on the rail might.
Yeah, and it's a case game too. So if you're ever going to take a walk around the table, do it now.
Okay, what do you do now, though, with this 3? He doesn't have the right angle to shoot it and draw. He's going to go into the 9 softly and take the cut? No. He's going to take the cut by going to the 9 a little harder, but look what he did. Does the 8 go anywhere now?
Well, he's not on the 6.
Well, what did he think was going to happen there? I'm wondering what was in his head. Pale, you need 1 game to win. You should have at least examined where you're supposed to be. Here comes the safety. We might see a jump cue.
How risky was that shot?
You're right.
He knew where the 6 was going.
Oh. He's got to learn something. He's young yet. There he is. He knows he's one game away from being in the finals to get revenge against Shane. And he's going to have a chance to get there. Where does the 8 go now? In that far corner?
It certainly goes into the
That's
top
what he's
right
looking
corner.
at. Well, here you are, pal. 4 more balls, and you're in the finals, and you got 5 more thousand in your pocket. Oh, man, that's a terrible
Scratched.
shot. Oh, this is terrible as right. He played this game recklessly.
No, Danny, he played this game
Like he did the other
like it
ones.
was the match winner.
Oh, I don't want to say that. You're accusing him of dogging it.
No, I'm just accusing him of succumbing to the pressure a little.
Well, that's the same word as dogging it.
Yeah, when
Succumbing to the
yeah, when
pressure
you're-
and dogging it are the same.
I'm trying to be nice.
You are nice, Jim.
What a lifeline for Corteza, though.
Well, this happened with Niels, and he wound up winning the match.
Took the words right out of my mouth. That's exactly what I was going to say. Same position against Niels Fayen, and he came back and won every game to put him out 10-9. If he wins this one, he'll know there will be at least 2 more. He had 2 great chances there.
He
Jayson
was
did.
really reckless with that final game. I had him out, and he didn't even come close to getting out.
The shot that, for me,
He's moaning.
he should have taken a bit of time on was the 5. When he thin cut the 5, he couldn't get on the 6. So he maybe could have played it a little differently.
But he did have a shot at it, nevertheless. He's looking up and moaning, talking to himself. Look at his face.
Well, he had a berth in the finals at
He's mad.
at his fingertips.
He's moaning. This is the temperament factor.
Well, again, you're looking at a guy, he's 10-9 ahead. I mean, this is the sort of look he had when he was 6-1 down.
Yeah, he could win this match with the next game, and Corteza can't. He's got to talk to himself and, like you said, relax. Well, the soft break, the cut break,
And a chance at the
didn't
1.
work. We got
Chance
another
at the
chance.
1 for Jayson. This is his 3rd look at the finish line in this match.
And he's going to the 2 automatically. I don't know if he got enough angle now.
He
How
can
do you
play it
get-
off the 4 if he likes.
Oh boy, better hit it thin.
Wow.
Good stroke there. Well, he's got a shot here. I feel like if he makes this, he'll probably get out and win the match. This is the last problem. Made it. Got an angle.
And the 5 goes by the 8 and the 9 into the bottom left corner. He's just confirmed that with a quick look here.
Kenny got him the bridge, the rake, the crutch, whatever you want to call it. Oh, he could have got a little better here. Now he's got to roll this in. I don't even think he can draw it to the side rail at this angle. Got to roll it in softly. He didn't do it. Oh. Terrible. That was it. He would have been out.
And the crowd. The crowd are with him. The oohs and ahs.
Yeah, he didn't get good enough on the 5. And you can't say he should have took his time because he doesn't take his time. Corteza, he will take advantage. You give him a chance, man, and he's going to stick it to you. He's going to get a good angle to get close to the 8.
Came back from the dead in the last match, and it looks like he's going to give us an instant replay. I mean, he had to be in his chair, Danny, thinking,
It's over.
well, 10,000 isn't bad. Trip from the Philippines.
You're right.
And 10-10. The crowd loving it.
You know why they're loving it?
Because they get at least 2 more games.
No, because everyone's suffering each side. They like that. It's like going to the gladiators.
Well, no prizes for guessing one person in the arena that's suffering.
Oh! Boy, you'd like to have that back, wouldn't he?
So often you'll play a match and you just want the chance. Give me that one chance to win it. Well, Jayson's had a couple. One real good one in the last. Corteza broke dry in the last.
Well, he made a ball on the side. Where are you, two? There you are. Tough to get to the 3 from here unless you bank the ball.
Yeah, looking the 4 and the 6 up at the top end of the table as well.
Yeah.
There'll be no quick finishes to this rack.
To start with, I have to bank the 2. That's not a bad shot. Because he's going to get an angle on the 3 to possibly go right into the 6.
Birdie, crafty shot from the wily veteran. He's going to have to roll forward on the 2 to leave himself the angle because he knows he's going to be near that side cushion. He's showing you roughly where he needs to get to with the cue ball. He's given himself the 2 and the 3.
Yeah, a cut on the 4 falls on the 5. He'll be on 11. Well, he can get that cut on the 4 now just by making this ball and getting near the side pocket.
Yeah, exactly again.
Yeah, he's trying to get further than that. I wouldn't gamble on further. Take the cut. Well, he got by the side and got pretty good on this ball. Speed on this shot has to be pretty good. Oh, what a great hit that was. What a great hit that was.
Well,
And
the
a
crowd's
knowledgeable crowd.
right behind it. They know that cue ball bounced up just enough for this 5 to be available. And again, as you said, Danny, a knowledgeable crowd that understand the degree of difficulty in the shot leave Vann Corteza.
Well, this is the 38th time they've seen this stuff in this area, so you know they know what they're watching.
And I think they're watching him do the same thing unless, well, mind you, he's
That's
got the
straight.
8 near the pocket, which certainly comes to his aid.
Right,
'Cause he doesn't have a lot of angle here.
no. Just get off the rail and you should be okay. He's going forward. He got real good on this.
And now here will break for a chance to get to the final. And this has to be so difficult for Jayson to watch.
Yeah.
He knows.
Thing about the Filipinos, they have heart. I don't know any of them that are real weak and dogged. They have heart. Well, Corteza could win the match with this game. Shaw can't. It reversed. A little while ago, it was the opposite. Scratching his head. You know, you played all week to get to this point. You know, it's tough to do. You know, will this ever happen again for him? Well, he made nothing. Oh, yeah, he got one to reach. Okay, can he cut this one in the side?
Last ball rolling.
I
Finds
hated
gravity.
that when I was playing. The last ball rolling for my opponent. Well, you know what? Forget cutting it. I'm going to roll this and freeze him on the 8.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't think he can cut it into the side. It's too thin.
And if you could, the cue ball's flying everywhere. The safe is the shot here, and he knows it. You know, he's not going to make a bad decision now.
Well, maybe it's a little bit more cuttable than what our camera angle makes it look.
I don't care what it is. The cue ball's flying around. You're way better off freezing him on the 8. Oh, he's still looking to cut it in. I don't care for that shot.
Neither does Jayson Shaw.
No, I know now that he fell on the 2, I thought he was going to have to fly around on that thin hit. I still would have had to put him on the 8, but can't second guess this guy. You know, he's about to go into the finals of the U.S. Open. Big feat. A lot of great players. Oh, he got perfect. I think this match is over.
Jayson Shaw is feeling Niels Fyen's pain.
But he had a better chance to win than Niels did. Pale, this match is history.
Yeah, you can see it. He's not going to fail, not here.
No, you don't give these guys an extra chance. They will stick it to you. Jayson, like the Brooklyn Dodgers used to say years ago when they lost, wait till next year. You know, they did say that every year. Then they moved to L.A., but every year it was wait till next year. See you later.
Well, if nothing else, it's experience, not the kind that he likes to gain, but he's got to use it.
This is what they'll do to you. They'll get out perfectly.
And there's the applause. A 12-10 come from behind win. Vann Corteza defeats Jayson Shaw. He will meet Shane Van Boening to see who will be the 38th U.S. Open 9-ball champion.